Rahubat, greetings and thank you for tuning in. My name is Nahasanan Amun and I am a student teacher of the Master Teacher, Panabab Yanun, also known as our Sovereign Grand Commander, His Excellency, Dr. Malachi Tğᴇ Oirᴜs, 33 degrees over 720 degrees. We Nuwapian Sabaeans let it be known that the Master Teacher, Dr. Malachi Tğᴇ Oirᴜs, is innocent and that all of the charges and allegations made upon him are false and he is about to come home. He is free. This is an audiobook from the Master Secrets entitled The Ones Who Lie and the Ones Who Deceive, written and authored by the Master Teacher, Yanun. Let's begin. The Ones Who Lie and the Ones Who Deceive. Aᴄᴏ Maria Shachasu Leyesh Va'ul Amtkum Chazubu Nashush Anunun Salal. My beloved people, why do you lie and deceive our own race? Pretending I, Panabab Yananan, the Master Yanun, Rasula, sent forth to teach you, or Sayun, protect our Taqwam, nation, and Shabbat, tribe of people, pretending to follow what I sent down to lay out for you, the Tğᴇ, salvation of our people, pretending to be devoted and loyal to me, and what has been revealed through Patarak, the way, when you really only Talub, seek fortune and fame, pretending to be a follower, a good mutras, student, when in hakakat, actual fact, all you want is to be a leader with followers for your own sexual desires and lust for wealth. You are pa muzabu, wu pa unshashu, the ones who lie and the ones who deceive. I never sent you forth to pretend to be myself or like myself. You can never be who or what I am, only pretend. You pretenders who have wandered away from myself to set up and form your own followers, whom you lie and to be deceived. Do not block my effects and labors over the many years to save our people from religious tajhal, ignorance. Do not excuse yourself by claiming you know what I wanted done, and none other say you really overstand my plan for our people, nation, tribe, and Yasar, family. You are in deeds and actions the uneducated, uninformed, and the illiterate about all I, Nazula, incarnated on Ta'a, earth, to Lamud, teach. I only began to teach what I came to teach from the year 2000 AD, and that is only Wunuwap, which does not include the Bible, the Quran, the holy tablets, which all expire with that year 2000 AD, 6000 AC, the beginning of the next 24,000 year cycle, the here on earth, after the fall of the Adamite dominion of 6,000 years from 4000 BC. Furthermore, do not interpret what I teach with your own lies and deceptions, plain and clearly your gibberish, thereby acting as unrepentant fools and hypocrites, as well as plagiarizing what I taught by adding your misinformation. Don't you realize that will clearly make you a black devil? I, Panabab Yananan, the Master Yanun, have conveyed Wunuwap to the Sadak Nuwapu, true Nuwapians, along with Nuwapuyi, Nuwapik, articulating its actual facts, its words, its verses with sound right reason. Can you do that? Can any before me in the West do that? None has, because none could do such Sayem Shakharat, divine works, besides the true Mundar, warner, reminder, renewer, the only true savior for this day and time, myself. No mischief can result from its pages written by my own Yadad hand over the years 2003 AD up to this very day. Some of the doubters will claim that I did not write such doctrines, follow them in the expired old schools. Yet my beloved, devoted wife Nababtad keeps the handwritten pages, thousands of them, to show and prove these are by my own hand while imprisoned in an unlit cell, alone with no help, only what was inspired to me. Let the doubters doubt, as well as the liars lie. They only deceive those who talub, seek deception. In Wunuwap, I convey to the Nuwapians illustrations of all sorts. Perchance you will remember how I taught when I was with you in the outside world. What I proclaimed from the beginning, 1970 AD, I came giving you what you want, until you can learn to want what I really came to give. So I send this message forth to the true in heart, who have been led astray by the lies and deceivers, in hopes that through it, most of you will find your way back amongst us. Know this actual fact. I, Panabab Yananan, the Master Yanun, never sent anyone forth to represent myself, be they my blood relative, my friends, my student, with any doctrine that in any way is not the exact same words you read from 2003 AD up to this day. Don't be deceived by the liars, the black devils, many of whom I trusted and they betrayed myself. Some to hand me over to the white and red devils in exchange for fortune and fame. What fools these black devils be! Don't they see the power with me cannot be stopped while I live, and once I pass? This doctrine, ᴜᴏ is not made up in my own mind. Is not that clear by what it predicts and comes true? How could one physical man do the works I have done to date without help from Muzyad extraterrestrials, Mukmeyu, aliens, who had and have you in mind to wake the sleeping of you and prepare you for the changes to come here on Tğᴇ, the planet Earth, from 2000 to 2060 AD, as they did from 1970 to 2000 AD, the 1/2 hour to the full hour, from 30 years to 60 years? When the evil forces want to mislead a race of people, a particular people such as our own, confused and misguided, they deviously get control of one of us who has much of their DNA and damam, blood, by mixing, and he is a brilliant yet illiterate person from amongst our own salal race, or claiming to be, and he then bamboozles our unknowing with teachings that can't be confirmed, proven. This is no more than fictional teachings, and our race will follow them, such as the teachings of the Bible and the Quran of the white race and their offspring, Pahamir Salal, the red race, or Yarapu, Europeans, and Arabu, Arabs, and their minions, hybrid mulattoes, or Negros used as preachers, teachers, ministers, to teach religions and doctrines that can't be confirmed. Khandabat, lies, and Tanshashat, deceptions of the ones who are liars and the ones who are deceivers. Many believe their own lies taught to them by way of evil forces in human form. Many of our Salal race have been deceived by the doctrine of the white race, of Adamites, from Noah to Abraham to Ishmael and Isaac to Jacob and Esau to Moses and Aaron to David and Solomon to Jesus and John the Baptist to Muhammad and Abu Bakr. The doctrine of the Mesopotamia and Muzyad extraterrestrials, aliens came down to earth and made the first Adamite named Adapa and his consort Eve named Titi. This has been uncovered as thousands of stone tablets of Sumeria were translated and exposes the true stories from where the Bible and Quran were plagiarized, changed, altered, and mistranslated by those called Habaru, Hebrews, to hide their true story in the past 6,000 years of wickedness, evil, and chaos from their very beginning. Most of the Jawawu Jews today have no clue or idea what they really are, nor what their gods, Yahweh, Elohim really are, or where they are from. Most of the Muksasu Christians today have no idea or clue what they really follow, nor what their Lord God really is or where from. Most of the Muslims today have no idea or clue what they really worship, nor what their Allah, Rab, really are or is from. And from these you have many subsects, groups, denominations who add on, change, update the teachings with their own confusion, deceptions. How long will you follow behind doctrine of foolishness? Doctrines that you can't prove or confirm, only make great claims with no support. From the Yarapu, Europeans' own doctrines, be they 1. Mosesism, 2. Jesusism, 3. Mohammedism, 4. Jewism, 5. Christianism, 6. Islamism, and you share, form, and create stories from these teachings, fictional legends and fairy tales. From them, the Bible and Quran of Europeans and Arabs, both of the same bloodline, you present to our people: 1. Ahmadiyya doctrine, Quran. 2. Sunni Islamic doctrine, the Quran. 3. Ansar Allah doctrine, the Bible and Quran. 4. Moorish Islamism doctrine, Bible, Quran, and the Quran. 5. Nation of Islamic doctrine, the Bible and Quran. 6. 5% Islamic doctrine, the Bible and Quran. 7. Rastafarian doctrine, the Bible. And from these you have subgroups with their own doctrines. All of the above are based on the Bible of Yarapu, Europeans, and the Quran of Arabu, Arabs. None of them were us, Muhmamu, blacks. How long will you live by their lies and deceptions they have not proved in 4,000 years? They may claim that a man they called Moshe, Moses, Musa, received the 5 books called Torah, or laws, who was left to die on Mount Nebo. What they failed to prove is, did this man even exist? Not one trace of evidence has been found to date to prove that he and his stories are actual fact. They have not found anything to prove his stories or himself is real, only what you read in their Bible. No other records worldwide to prove their stories are real, just another fictional history like so many others outside the Bible, created in the minds of the white race, what the Bible calls fair, ruddy, pinkish, reddish, spotted, flush, Adamites or Edomites, Edomites. No more than their own made-up stories about them, his stories, or the above groups of mostly blacklisted from 1 through 7 based on their belief on the man called Yeshua, Jesus, Isa, who they claim was born of a virgin birth by way of a woman named Maryam, and their God named El, who lives up in heaven, and the Bible of Yarapu, Europeans, and their offsprings who died on the cross. What they also fail to prove is, did this Zazastat woman and her Sawa son ever really exist? Not one trace of evidence has been uncovered or found to date that can show and prove that they and their stories are actual fact. They have not found anything to prove their stories or the mother and her son is real, only what you read in their own Bible. No other record worldwide to prove their stories are real, just another fictional his story, like so many others outside of their Bible, created in the minds of the Laben Salel, white race of people, no more than their own made-up stories about themselves, his story. Now next is an Arab-born man named Muhammad, an Arab, or red race. He did exist, was born in Arabia, August 20th, 570 AD, and died of food poison in Arabia, June 8th, 632 AD. He was only another follower of the persons mentioned in the Bible. He called Adam the same name he called Noah, Nuh, Abraham, Ibrahim, Ishmael, Ismail, Isaac, Ishak, Jacob, Yaqub, Esau, Yesu, Jesus, Isa, John the Baptist, Yahya, the same persons, even Moses, Musa, David, Dawood, Solomon, Suleiman, even Enoch, Idris. So all he did was believe in the same old stories of the Bible and wrote the book from the Bible and called it the Quran, no more, no less. None of what this Quran says has been proven to date. It's the same doctrine as the Bible. None of what has been and is being taught to our race from the Bible or Quran have been confirmed as actual facts or events that really took place. Only stories made up, written and passed on over time, depending on mistranslations and interpretations by them, about them, which was for them, not our race of Afafreye-Gao, Africans. And now our race spread and teach these fictions as real. And they all believe in a Mashiach, Messiah, or Masih, coming to save them. They each say he is coming. It's been over 1,000 years. They still claim he is coming soon. Each generation, he will be here now. It does not happen. Still, they preach he is coming. Some say back. Others say for the first time. Yet, he still has and has not been proven to ever existed, just created in their Bible and Quran. They use our own race to preach and mulmad, teach their lies and deceptions by aqadat, belief, taqaqqat, faith, za'am, religion of the white and red race, never intended for others. 1. Africans, blacks, Africa. 2. Aborigines, browns, Australia. 3. Indians, browns, India. 4. Asians, yellows, Asia. The Bible and Quran was only for and about 1. Europeans, whites, Europe. 2. Arabs, reds, Arabia. They use our own to beguile our people. They glamorize their hereafter, paradise. If you follow their religions, are misleading. Yet, it seems surprisingly, with these lies and illusory doctrine, our race of Muqtasasu, Christians, and Muslims are completely content as mental and physical slaves of others. They are leading our race headlong into their burning narar, fire, as they, by faith and belief, blindly march into it unaware. I, Panabab Yananan, the Master Yanun, have done my best to caution my people, Panawapu Shalel Wunawap, the Nuwapians of Wunawap, believing and having faith in beliefs without facts by these counterfeit teachings and teachers. I now say of the pretenders, I admonish that such people are in actual fact, wolves in Ghanunat, sheep's clothing, pretending to be Nuwapians, saying Nuwapians on other titles, or just saying, I'm with Panabab Yanun, I accept what he taught. Such lies they are. They cover up what I really teach and taught, that which is normally quite obvious, with trick madatat words, old tapes, and safahat books that are outdated. Now that I can teach what I really came to teach, Wunawap. Furthermore, the pretenders announce with their lasanat tongues what is not truly within their a'ababat hearts. Be very cautious of the impostors. They will be recognized by the fruits of their labor. They will be exposed because what I teach is now on paper. Madat bi madat, word by word, verse by verse. You can only teach it as it is presented. If you try to change it, or explain from their own aqalat, minds, they will only get lost along the way when asked questions by my devoted ones who keep my words by the letter. The Bible is no more than big business for preachers. The Quran is no more than big business for preachers. That is all their religions are, big business. And they use khawaf, fear, to promote this business. If you don't live by these books, Bible and Quran, buy them. Then they teach you to buy more books about them, or you will be going to manvar, hell's fire, once you're dead. Fear God. The holidays are big business. Rituals, births, marriages, and funerals, all big business. All based on tajhal, ignorance, for if you ask exactly where is hell's fire, they point downward. There is no hell beneath you. That's a lie. If you ask them where is this paradise, garden, padat, heaven, they will point upward. There is no heavenly garden above you. That's a lie. If you ask what happens at ladad, birth, they do know. Why? Because there is no fiction to birth. You see a mawas, baby born, yet when it comes to mawat, death, they don't have a real answer. They don't know. Ask, do you believe in muzad mutatalu, extraterrestrials? They will say no. Yet they believe God came down from outer space, and Jesus said, I'm from above. And the Quran says Jesus was taken up to Allah, and that Muhammad was flown up to Allah. So they do believe in Muzad Mutatalu, yet don't even realize it. Ask them, do they believe in reincarnation? They will say no. Yet they teach Moses died and came back with Elijah before Jesus' disciples in transfiguration. And they believe Jesus gave up the Tayaf, ghost, or Nafas, spirit, while on the cross and died, yet he will be coming back. So they do believe in reincarnation, yet don't even realize it. They have all these Jewish, Christian, and Muslim mystics with mystical experiences, many who came to speak with the Mawat dead. Yet, they never speak to any of the holy people or Khabatu angels. None. From Adam to Muhammad. Why only the ghost of certain people? Never the angels of Jesus himself or Muhammad. Yet, they teach them to call on the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirits, speak to angels, call on Jesus the Christ. Yet they never get any shawabat answers or help. They hayuh live and mawut die as all others. Nothing special. They get sick, have diseases like all others. They have accidents, die or were wounded in wars like all others. Nothing unique about them by beliefs. The Haradu, children of the Bible and Quran, fight and kill each other. Holy places destroyed and no sayem, divine intervention by any protecting deity. How long will you, my people, believe in this fictional belief, having faith without facts? Over history, they are the ones who commit all kinds of executions, murders. They swindle and committed atrocities. My own Shekhasu people, are you not cognizant of these hakakat facts, that these religions and people are the most degenerate of doers of evil and wicked deeds to all others and themselves? Now they are pretenders for certain. And you who pretend to be with me, knowing you're not, you are only chazaborat, liars, and nashashurat, deceivers, seeking your own gain. These characteristics are recognized by the true Nuwapians, who can identify you by your ta'amalat, actions, and madadat, words. Your conduct and demeanor are a dead giveaway as to what type of person you really are and what you really seek, your own fame. You claim that I, Panabab Yananan, the Master Yanun, am your Nebeb Mulmad, Master Teacher, and that you, Saduk, trust in what I teach, and that you accept myself as your role model. Surprisingly enough, you actually did not Saduk trust me. You only used what I teach for your own dawat, ego. In fact, you only trusted in mudwawu, evil ones, devils, and the lust of lusters they offer. You are totally committed to deception. To us of Wunuwap, it is preferable to have trustworthy people who practice Wunuwap, our own doctrine, rather than to try and mix old doctrines of Bible and Quran to gain followings as you do. Holding on to that which has expired, you have maintained that you trusted in the actual facts, the way, the secrets of Yanun, and other things I presented to you in spite of such declaration. You assaulted my teachings with your own interpretations of them and even tried to eliminate parts you don't want or don't wish to use to support your own gain. The most outrageous atrocity of all is your fabrication of the Hazab culture and way of life of us as the United Sabaeans worldwide. You and your alterations and deceptions, which you ascribe to myself that I am the one who appointed, selected, chosen, delegated, designated, nominated, assigned, and authorized. You are a liar, and I did not make you in any such position. The Kale Makwanat Omniverse appointed me when the time was right for my incarnation, June 26, 1945 AD, 1 second past 12 midnight on Tuesday. So I was named Kobina, Tuesday, and given many attributes over the Shamutat years to represent each Madras school I was sent to convey. Who sent you? And what do you have that I have not already said if you're indeed my successor? Stop the lies. The only one who sent you is your own greed, lust, and ego. How many Shekhasu people have you preached to over the Shamutat years that in our old expired doctrine you were right, and now you be Zazaz man or Zazaz tat woman enough to say you were wrong, so you pretend we are still in the old school, outdated schools? Is this your pride being tested, or your dawat, ego, won't let you say, he gave me answers to what I asked, and all I asked was what I believed? As a Bible or Quranic believer, I don't know how to return to those I preach to and say this is what he really came to teach us. Put your pride aside. It is best for you only if you know what is best for you. Everything that I told you would come to pass has happened. I also told you back in Brooklyn that I had a vision of this Zamut day and Waqut time. I put this Islamic world in a book on the book of Revelations. I told you and showed you the men in the news. I told you the Islamic Tģᴇ world is going to be taken over by demons in human form. Did I not? I told you it is time for us to move on out of Islamism, Moorish or otherwise. Some of you can't let go. That is your choice. Yet, if we were still Ansuru Allah community, dressed as we both Aishu, males, and Ashashu, females dressed, what will begin happening these days if we live that life of Ansars? As I told you over and over, I am not a holy man and don't live by those laws. I'm not a holy person. I am a Nabab Mulmad, master teacher, not grown out of the religion of Bible and Quran. I am an Muzyad Mutatalu, extraterrestrial. I made that clear in the book entitled I Don't Claim to Be, as well as Man from Planet Risk. I saved you from yourselves. I saved you from the Kakasu Salal, Caucasoid race. I became the fall guy, the offering for your perverted sexual ways and wicked hearts. All one has to do is look at you all out there and what you are doing, how you are living your lives today, and it's plain to see you were always just a Negro pretending to be righteous. You all slept around from mate to mate. You all lied. You all cheated. And you all stole, just as you all are doing right now. I did not make you. What I met you as, or watched you grow into, that was already in your Yahasat genes from your 29 Nasabu relatives. You only needed me to put the blame on, so you offered me up, a willing sacrifice I am. All anyone has to do is look and see what you're doing for our people and what I'm doing for our people to see who is the Daweh evil one. You tried to pretend you were abused sexually or mentally, yet there were no gates keeping you in, whether it was Brooklyn, upstate, or Georgia. You lived the life you wanted, and you wanted to stay. You try and put your lust upon me. You were also lustful in your Ababat hearts, and now look at you, still lustful. It was you, not me, who did the sexual acts, and look how fast you run from mate to mate, now in the Tģᴇ world, with those you pretended were unclean heathens, even Mulbanu, whites. Yet, now you have all kinds of Janus, sex with them. Who do you really think you're fooling? The world sees you, and the world sees me, and what we both are doing these days for our people. Without beginning, without end. Stay tuned for part 2.